Hello there, students from 7th grade in BHF School. This is teacher Krishna, and welcome to our following online lesson for science on week number 13. Let me tell you that I appreciate a lot the effort that you're doing into logging in and working online from home. I know it's a little bit different to work in that way, but we have worked already for 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure that you are getting used to this new methodology. And do not worry, if you have any kind of questions, you can let me know in the Google Classroom or in the video that we are going to be doing live in Zoom in a couple of minutes. All right. So before we start, I really hope that everyone is doing safe at home. And remember, if it is not extremely necessary to go out, please stay home, because right now there are appearing more cases all around the country. So for you to be safe and for everyone to be safer, you have to stay at home. So with that being said, let's go with some general instructions. Get your digital or physical book, enter the Google Classroom, download the Word document, and name it in the following way. The only difference is that at first you need to write down week number 13. That's the only difference in your Word document, all right? So, as we move, remember to take notes on the Word document. That is extremely important for you to keep track of the most important information from here. And here, we're going to study only lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 will be studied next week. So, lesson 1 is found in pages 76 to 79. And remember that it's very important to have our end in mind. So it goes like this. Identifies the 3 forms of evidence that Wegener used to support his idea of continental drift by studying the map and answering the questions. So this week we're going to study a very interesting topic, which is drifting continents. So there was a very important scientist in the last decade. His name was Alfred Wegener. And in 1910, he suggested that according to the shape of the continents, they could be joined together. So here we have a very small example of what he meant with that statement. So the coastline of Africa and South America seem to fit together. So let me show you a picture. So basically what Wegener was saying was that at some point, all continents were together. And he was theorizing that because the coastline of some continents seem to match together. Just like you can see right there in the images, South America can be joined in the coastlines with Africa, as well as North America can be joined with some part in Africa, and so on and so forth with the rest of continents. So that is why he was theorizing that. So we continue with his theories. So Wegener suggested that all continents were once joined together. They separated because of continental drift. So here is a very important term, continental drift. And it's very simple to understand. Continental drift means that continents move along with the time. All right? So, this supercontinent was called Pangaea, and this happened 10 million years ago. So, going back to what was said before, at some point all of the continents were together, but because of continental drift, then Pangaea separated 10 million years ago into the continents that we know nowadays. So the origin of continents and oceans in 1915. So this was an investigation that Wegener conducted, and that was an investigation where he stated all of the information and proofs to his theory. So here we have another image of what Pangaea would look like 10 million years ago. And as you can see, all of the continents are together with North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Antarctica, Australia, and India. All right. So here's an image from the book, and here we can actually see a actual map of what the world looks like today. And from here, if we start analyzing how the coastlines will match, it's pretty interesting to notice that they will actually can be joined together. For example, please spot number 1 and letter B. So if you can notice, the coastline is pretty much similar. So if we sort of move both continents, we could see that they will fit together. Another example, we can match number 2 and letter A, which is North America and Africa. So if we sort of move one more time both continents, we can see that they would actually match. We can see other 2 examples, which will be number 3 and letter D. And we can see number 4 and letter C. So this is what Wenneger did in the last decade. So he had a world map with him, and he started analyzing that the continents will match. And that's how he started creating all of his theory. But now we have to talk about something very important, which is the evidence. So just like I have always told you, you can have a great theory, but in order to prove that your theory has been right or has been proven right, then you need to provide it with evidence. So Wenneger used fossils to support his hypothesis. So basically what he was studying was that there were different fossils that were found in different continents, but both continents were separated by the ocean and by very big bodies of water. So how was that possible? So let's analyze some of the species that he found. The first one that he found was Glossopteris. It was a plant that was found in Africa and South America, as well as in Australia. So this is what I was telling you about, continents that are separated by oceans with the same plants or with the same fossils. And also, he was basing his theory into other fossils that were the Mesosaurus and the Lystrosaurus, because they were found in places separated by water. Here you go. Here you have an image of what I was telling you about just before. And let's focus first in the Mesosaurus fossils. So it's the purplish kind of lizard that is in South America and Africa. So you can notice there is a huge distance in between both continents. But how was it possible that they were the same species in different continents? Because he theorized that at some point all continents were together and they were part of Pangaea. We can also analyze the tree image that we have right there, which is the Glossopteris fossils. And as you can notice, you can match that in different continents. You can find that fossil in South America, you can find it in Africa, you can find it in Asia, even in Antarctica and Australia. So how is that possible? One more time, because he theorized that at some point all of them were together. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to jump to our evaluation. So, I need that you read pages 76 to 79 and complement your summary, especially page 79. So I already summarized most of the content from the pages that you have to read this week, but it's always important for you to double check on the information in order to complement a little bit more your summary and to have a more clear, or most likely a clearer understanding of the topic, right? So once you are done with that, you have to create a PowerPoint presentation with the information from your summary. So, and something very important is that you do not have to copy and paste. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation with you so you can have an idea of what it should look like. But please do not copy and paste the information that I have here, You have to use your own words for that. And let's continue. Include your, oh, I'm sorry, I just moved forward. Include your name, grade, section, topic, and end in mind as an introduction to your presentation. So before you start with all of the content that you already have, you need to include all of this information. Remember to add images to your presentation and add transitions and animations. So if you're having problems at using PowerPoint, you can go on YouTube and look for a tutorial on how to use PowerPoint. So you can have an idea on how to do it better, all right? Next one, this is the rubric that I will use to evaluate your presentations. So, complete and meaningful content, 2 points, images, 2 points, grammar, 2 points, general structure of the presentation, introduction, body and conclusion, 2 points, general appearance of the presentation, 1 point, and animations and transitions, 1 point. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for today's lesson. Thank you a lot one more time for all of the effort you are doing into entering our online lessons and completing everything successfully. I wish you the best of luck and I wish that you stay safe at home. I will be seeing you next week. So thank you for everything and goodbye guys.